She was minutes away from execution. The world believed she was a murderer except her dog. When Luna walked into that cold room, no one expected what happened next. In a single shocking moment, this dog exposed the real killer and proved that loyalty can outlive even justice itself. Before we start, make sure to hit like and subscribe. And really, I'm curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country name in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. Elena was just a housekeeper, quiet, polite, and devoted to her work. For years, she had served the wealthy Langford family, treating their home like her own. But one night changed everything. Her employer was found dead in his study, and the evidence pointed straight to her. A bloody knife in her kitchen sink, her fingerprints on the handle, and the victim's pendant missing. The police said it was an open and shut case. The media called her a monster. Neighbors who once greeted her now crossed the street to avoid her. Through it all, Elena kept repeating the same words. I didn't do it. But no one believed her. Her court-appointed lawyer barely looked at her. The jury took less than an hour to decide her fate. Guilty, death sentence. Yet even as the verdict was read, she didn't cry or scream. She simply lowered her head, whispering one name. Luna. Her dog. Her only family left in the world. And from that moment on, she made only one request, that someone take care of Luna after she was gone. The sun hadn't yet risen when the prison bell echoed through the gray corridors. It was Elena's final morning. The air felt heavy, as if the walls themselves knew what was about to happen. Guards moved quietly, avoiding eye contact. Even they couldn't shake the unease hanging in the air. Elena sat on her narrow bed, holding a small photograph of Luna, her golden-furred companion. She traced her finger over the image, whispering softly, "You're all I had, all I ever needed." Her voice cracked, but she didn't cry. She had no tears left. When the warden entered, his usual sternness faltered. He had overseen many sentences, but something about Elena unsettled him. "Do you have any final requests?" he asked quietly. Elena lifted her head. "Just one," she said. "I want to see my dog." The warden hesitated, glancing at the guards. It wasn't a usual request, but something in her tone stopped him from saying no. After a long pause, he nodded. "Bring her the dog." No one realized then that single decision would change everything. The heavy iron doors groaned open and a guard stepped in, holding a short leash. Behind him padded a golden-furred dog, tail low, eyes wide and searching. The moment Luna saw Elena, her ears perked and a soft whimper escaped her throat. The guards froze as Luna suddenly broke free, sprinting across the room. Elena dropped to her knees just in time to catch her. Luna buried her head against her chest, trembling. For the first time in months, Elena smiled, a fragile, fleeting smile that carried both love and heartbreak. The room fell silent. Even the hardest guards turned away, pretending not to feel. But then, Luna's demeanor changed. Her body stiffened. Her nose twitched. Slowly, she turned her head toward the warden's right-hand officer, Sergeant Cole. A low growl rumbled deep in her chest. Cole laughed awkwardly. "Guess she's not used to uniforms," he muttered. But no one else laughed. Luna's eyes locked onto him, her muscles tense, her tail rigid. The warden frowned. "What's wrong with her?" No one answered. The air had grown thick, charged with something none of them could explain. Luna's instincts had sensed something, and it wasn't fear. It was danger. Luna's growl deepened, echoing off the concrete walls. The guards shifted uneasily, unsure what to do. "Control that dog," one of them barked, but Elena held onto Luna's collar, whispering, "It's okay, girl. It's okay, only it wasn't." Luna suddenly lunged forward, yanking free from Elena's grasp. Gasps filled the room as she charged straight at Sergeant Cole. Chairs scraped, boots shuffled, orders flew, but Luna was faster. She bit at the edge of his uniform, tearing the fabric with a violent tug. Something small and metallic clattered to the floor. Everyone froze, a pendant, silver, faintly stained with dried blood. The warden's eyes widened. He knew that pendant, the same one listed as missing from the murder scene. The same pendant the victim had worn the night she died. Cole stumbled back, his face draining of color. It's not what it looks like," he stammered, clutching at his torn pocket. But Luna wouldn't stop barking, standing firmly between him and Elena, her teeth bared, her eyes fierce with recognition. The warden stepped forward, voice trembling. Search him, now. No one spoke as two guards closed in on Cole. For the first time, the truth had a scent, and Luna had found it. The room exploded into chaos. Two guards grabbed Sergeant Cole by the arms, forcing him to the ground as the warden snatched up the blood-stained pendant. "Explain this," he demanded, his voice shaking. Cole's eyes darted wildly. It's not mine." "I found it outside the crime scene. I was going to turn it in." "Liar," one of the guards snapped. They emptied his pockets and found a small cloth bundle. Inside was a blood-streaked handkerchief. Its embroidery matched the victim's initials. Cole's face went pale. The truth was cracking through his composure like shattered glass. "I didn't mean to kill him," he blurted out, trembling. "It was an accident. I needed the money. She wasn't supposed to take the blame." The warden froze, realization dawning in horror. He turned toward the nearest officer. "Get the governor on the line. Stop the execution, now." Alarms blared through the halls. Papers flew. Guards shouted into radios, sprinting toward the chamber. And in the middle of it all, Elena sat motionless, tears streaming down her face as she held Luna close. "You knew, didn't you?" she whispered. "You always knew." The warden's voice echoed through the corridors. "Stop the execution. She's innocent. Stop it now." His footsteps pounded against the concrete as he ran, papers slipping from his grasp. Behind him, alarms wailed like sirens of regret. But time was a cruel enemy. Elena had already been led to the chamber, her wrists bound, her eyes calm. Too calm. The guards at the door didn't know the truth racing toward them. They only followed orders. Luna broke free from a handler's grip, sprinting down the hallway, her nails scraping the floor. The warden shouted after her, but she didn't stop. She pushed past the guards, bursting into the chamber just as silence fell. The world seemed to stop. The clock on the wall had frozen. The warden stumbled inside, breathless. "No," he whispered. "We were too late." Luna whimpered softly and lay down beside Elena's body, resting her head on her still hand. The guards who once called Elena a murderer now stood frozen, their eyes glistening. One of them removed his cap. Another whispered. She was innocent. The governor's call came seconds later. Too late to save her, but just in time to damn them all with guilt. Days turned into weeks. But Luna never left Elena's grave. Rain or shine, she lay there, silent, still waiting. The guards tried to move her, but she always returned, curling beside the headstone as if guarding her forever. The warden visited often, burdened by guilt he could never shake. Each time he brought flowers and placed them beside Luna. "You were the only one who believed her," he whispered softly. Months later, a small plaque was placed near the grave. It read, "In memory of Elena and Luna, proof that truth may die in silence, but loyalty never does." As the sun set behind the prison walls, Luna rested her head and closed her eyes, finally at peace.